what's up? So today we are doing my January wrap-up and my February TBR. Let's do this.
I wish I could talk all the things I said in my...
I read a lot of books in January. I still have a week left of January, and so I'll probably finish one more book. December was a fail. I didn't even film a wrap-up or TBR because of the Biannual Bibliothon and all that was happening, so I didn't even bother filming it, but I only read 2 books all the way through in December. But I did start a book which goes into my January wrap-up, which was Alice in Zombieland. I picked this up from the library, so that's why I don't have a copy of it. And this was the Little Book Club Book of the Month for December. I finished it on January 4th. It was really good. It was kind of slow to start off with, but by the end of it, I was like, I'm continuing on with this series, which it is a series, so that was really good. Then the Biannual Bibliothon started, and so I've already made a wrap-up of these books, but I just want to go through them really quickly. I just won't say much about them. So I read The Retribution of Mara Dyer, which I also got from the library. Then I read We're Getting On by James Kalin, and then I read My True Love Gave to Me, which I have now lent to my friend. And then I picked up Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, which is actually Matt's book. Such a beautiful, beautiful graphic novel. It's amazing and super creepy. And then I picked up City of Ember, the graphic novel by Jean Duprow. I always get that name wrong. And then I did start this book during the Biannual Bibliothon and then finished it after that week, and that is Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. This was amazing. I loved this so much. It was so good. I do really like this movie, and I had already seen that, and so reading it after watching the movie was a really good choice because they are different, but I still think the characterizations within the movie were really well done. And then I picked up The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Library book as well, so I won't be keeping this, but such a good story. This is one of the first Alien books that I really, really enjoyed though. I read Obsidian recently, and I really didn't like that book. I probably will continue on with the series at some point because Kelly from Kelly's Book Spell is obsessed with them, and she really wants me to read the second one before I decide to stop reading them. But this was so amazing. I loved it. The main character's name is Cassie, even though she spells it with a C, so that was really cool. The only thing that I didn't really like about this story was the fact that we get to see Sammy's point of view. We get to see multiple points of view, and that wasn't the problem, but Sammy is only 6 years old or 5 years old, and I was just like bawling my eyes out. Just the fact that there's a 5-year-old that we're following in the apocalyptic world where the aliens are killing everyone, that was really emotional for me. I don't really like when main characters are very, very young like that because I just my heart hurts too much for them. And then I picked up, and I am still reading, More Than This by Patrick Ness. It's really, really different than anything I've ever read before, so I would probably highly recommend it. I probably will do a review of it coming soon because it's really weird, and so because it's different, I kind of want to like talk about it all the way through. I don't know if I'll do it on my blog or on this. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, that's my entire wrap-up for December. I read like so many books I don't even understand. Well, I do understand. It's because I read during the Biannual Bibliothon and actually got a lot of books done during that week. Now, let's get into the TBR. So I plan on finishing More Than This by Patrick Ness. I actually might finish this in December. I'm not sure yet because there's still a week left. So yeah, and then I plan on picking up Aristotle and Dante Discover the Universe, which I don't have a physical copy of. I'm planning on getting it from the library. This is the Little Book Owls Book Club of the Month book, and so I really want to read it. It's actually the January and February books, so I have all of the next month to read it, and it looks really good. It was already on my TBR shelf, or my TBR list to begin with, and then this was the book that was picked, so I'm really excited to read it. Then I plan on picking up this lovely thing, which is Ignite by Lily Parody, and I actually was sent this for review, and I've heard such good things about this. Emma from Emma Books really raves about this book, so I'm so excited to read it, and there will be a full review, honest review of it coming once I finish it, so I plan on reading it this month, and I'm really excited, and just look at how pretty the cover is. And then there is one more book that I plan on reading if I get through those two and what I'm picking next, but let's do this first. So we have The TBR jar is back, and this is actually the TBR jar I made during the Biannual Bibliothon for the DIY project, and all of my lovely friends that did the Bibliothon with us have one too with their name, and I'm just so proud of it. It says Mischief Managed on it. Some of them say may the odds be ever in your favor, and yeah, so let's do this. I'm so excited to use it for the first time. Some of the books that are in here will be in the haul that is coming to you very soon once I get the rest of the books. If that happens, sorry. Okay, let's see. Gonna do this thing. And some of the things that are in here are not actual names of books. So I got Eve and Adam. I will be reading Eve of Adam this month, I suppose. I'm actually really excited about this because this book looks really good. How I did my TBR jar, let's talk about this just for a quick second before we move on. All of the names of the books that are on my shelf that I own but I have not read yet are in this jar, and then I also put in things like fantasy, go to the library, like different genres, dystopian, etc, etc, and there's like 4 different papers that say go to the library on them, and that's just so that I don't completely get bogged down in just trying to get through my TBR shelf, because I know that if I do that then I will give up. So there are multiple like very open-ended papers in here. I also have the words reread in here, so that means that if I pick that, I can pick a book that I've already read, which there are lots of books that I love to reread, and so it's nice to be able to do that without feeling guilty so yeah. So that's my TBR pick, and then if I get through those 3 books, which because I'm in the semester now, I didn't want to try to read too many books because I know that it will stress me out, so I only picked 3, but I will be picking up Deaf Like Me, which is by Thomas S. Spradley, James P. Spradley, and an epilogue by Lynn Spradley. And this is a book that I have to read for one of my classes. It's a book report that I have to do for my ASL class, which is American Sign Language, in case you didn't know. So the little blurb on here by Lynn Spradley says, deaf kids are just as smart as hearing kids. With sign language, deaf kids can do anything. So I think that this will be a really amazing book just to read in general. So I want to get this book report done early in the semester, that way, because I have 5 papers to do total this semester. So this is the one that I can kind of get at least a rough draft done and start reading it. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with my February month. And that is my entire TBR. I'm so excited to read and just get books read, and I love books. I'm gonna shut up now and say goodbye. So make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you're planning on reading in February, and of course hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye!